welcome to episode 31 of Series 6 of Master League Story Mode. And haven't we started well? We've started very well. 4 games in and we're third. Boom. Thank you very much. Hopefully we can stay there, although we do have 2 potentially tricky games today that we're going to get into without much haste. But oh wait, hang on, it's Tim's show. Wait, smash that like button. Alright, thanks Tim. Yeah, I'm maybe getting a bit bored of Tim, but the sentiment remains. It would be great if you could like this video before we go any further. Always appreciated. Let's go and take a look at the messages. Marcinho should be back now. Yes, fully recovered. Got a monthly report. Best 11. Oh, 5 Ponte Pretanos in the best 11. That's quality. Ibanez up to 75. That's good. Luis Ricardo going down. Not surprised about that. Got some money to look at. Diego Alves from Flamengo in the scouting box. Let's take a quick look at the monthly report. The first 4 games in Serie A, and it's Ziggy and Mobele leading the goals, as you'd expect. Mobele a really excellent stand-in for Ziggy, but Ziggy still continuing to put them away, even at this slightly higher level. He's also grabbed an assist. Mauro Jr. with a 6.5 average rating. He scored 1 goal in 4, but he's looked blistering whenever he's had possession. And 3 wins, 1 loss. We're very pleased with that. We've been slightly more conservative on our defending, sitting back a little bit more. That's to be expected against harsher opposition. And our possession game has been even more possessive. Not a lot to be taken out of these stats. Possession almost 50-50. Ziggy with a 43% success rate on his finishing, almost continuing the 100% success rate he had during the Copa Brazil. Mauro Jr. taking a lot of shots, only 20% success rate, but we will take that for the season. We would bite your hand off for that if you offered it now. Even as the headmaster strong in the air, Abner also winning 4. It's too few numbers at the moment to really make much of a conclusion. But Abner winning tackles as well. Pretty good pass success rate there for Thiago Real, seeing as he's often making passes in difficult situations. But other than that, not a huge amount to talk about there, but an encouraging start to the season. Budget report, well, we really needed that. 1.5 mil in the salary budget. We lose 300,000 from the transfer budget, but that's fine, that's good. We can start building that salary budget back up again. We will take a quick look at the scouts. Oh, it's a keeper. Diego Alves, 78 rated keeper. 35-year-old. Even if we could get up to 78 rated, I don't think we'd go for him. So with the admin out of the way, I think we will just crack on into our first game as we invite Santos to the Majestoso. Another black and white side. In fact, they are known as the Alvinegro, the black and white, or the Alvinegro Praiano, which is the black and white from the beach. There are a lot of black and white sides in the Brazilian league so far. I guess there's quite a few in England, Newcastle. So I did mention at the beginning of this series that a lot of the teams that have had a real history of success in Brazilian football, I wouldn't have really known about, wouldn't have really pulled out of a hat had I been forced to say who are the most successful sides, but I probably would have said Santos. I'm not sure why, but I would have been right. They've won 8 titles in their history. Now, I'm not going to go against the stats on this. I know a lot of you have said, oh, titles before a certain time don't count. Look, I don't really care, alright? I'm going to go with 8. Arguably, it's 3, whatever, but if we're taking all titles all together, I appreciate the league when, back in the 60s isn't the same as it was now, but they've won 8, and that is the second highest in history. Pretty impressive stuff. They're 107 years old, so not far off Ponte Preta in terms of age. And they are from the city of Santos. It's just there, just 100 miles south of Campinas, just the other side of Sao Paulo really, so not far away at all. And within their 107-year history, they are most well known, by far, as the club of Brazilian legend Pelé, widely regarded as the greatest footballer of all time, and he made over 1,000 appearances for the club. He flourished in the Santos side of the 50s and 60s, known as the Santasticos. I like it. I wonder if that's where the Galacticos came from. It could have been. And that was the team that birthed the now famous phrase Joga Bonito, which was conjured up to describe the Brazilian beautiful football. And playing this attractive brand, they managed 5 consecutive Brasileiros, a feat that remains unequal today, so they were pretty much the best side of all time. I'm sure a lot of people would argue. Famously, they were a side so good that in 1967, the 2 factions involved in the Nigerian Civil War agreed to a 48-hour ceasefire so they could watch Pelé play an exhibition game in Lagos. I mean, Pelé was that good, he was ending wars, well, pausing wars. So this is a club with great history, some great players have played there, but but they are having a bit of a tough time of it at the moment. In 2018, they only managed 10th. And last year, in this reality, they managed 11th, so they're on a bit of a downward trajectory at the moment. Let's go and look at the side that took them to 11th. Oh, that is not a formation that we have seen very much of at all. Interesting. 3 at the back. No sort of traditional left or right backs or wing backs in this side. So we may have a fair bit of space for Mara Jr. to operate in. Some pretty good attacking players there. Solid ratings for them. They've got Yuri Alberto on the bench, a player that we really wanted to sign. I'm surprised they're not starting him because he is mustard. I'm glad to see he's not there. Let's take a look at our side today. Oh, lots of poor form. That does not look good. Obviously, we need to bring Mara Jr. in. I think this is a good opportunity for us to start Matthias. Oh, pretty much everyone is on a downward arrow. If we start Matthias there instead of Igor. Arnaldo needs to come back in. That's 87 team spirit. Does mean we start Jimmy Quids and Luis Fernando on a downward arrow, but I think we're going to go with that. Can Lucas Claro play defensive mid? No, we cannot. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. We could bring in Marcinho there. Gives us a 3-point team spirit hit, though. We'll start Jimmy Quids. Maybe make that change if necessary. Other than that, I think we are good to go. Let's get into it. So back at the majestic stadium, and I mean, the fairy tale continues, doesn't it, for the Ponte Pretanos, the fans of this amazing club. Not only have we been promoted at a canter from Serie A, put together an incredible cup run. Now we started the season with 3 wins out of 4. And a win today against Santos, a mid-table side admittedly, but with some good players, would be quite incredible. Let's go. Eduardo Sasha now flights one in to the far post. Lovely ball into Arthur Gomez. Arnaldo putting him under pressure, but he does well to get away. Matthias can't win it back. And Santos retain possession here, the home side. Oh, Luis Fernando with a shoulder barge to end lives. Can he now push Takuma Asano through? He can. Good first touch from him. Oh, steps back inside of Aguilar. Oh, unlucky. Really unlucky there. Oh, that's a good ball from Arube. Oh, we fucked that up. Sasha with the goal. Oh dear, 9 minutes in. And we're picked apart on the counter here. Takuma Asano did really well, but we absolutely just completely cocked that up. Wrong player selected. Abner coming across out of position, leaving the man at the far post. That is basics. Actually, that wasn't Abner, was it? Who was that? Anyway, we got it wrong. We got it badly wrong, and now we're behind. At home as well. Takuma Asano now. Looking for Marilison. Oh, lovely first touch. Oh, nearly gets to it. Keeper's there to punch away. Really unlucky. Almost an instant response there from Ponte Preta. That's well worked out of defence. I was a little bit concerned there that we'd tried too much. Now Mara Jr. is played down the line by Abner. Looks early for Ziggy. Lovely first touch away from Aguilar. Back now looking for Takuma Asano. It's the right ball, just poorly executed. 26 minutes gone. We need a response here. The home crowd a little bit unsure. Oh, that's absolutely disgusting. Finish it, Matthias. No! Oh, what beautiful interplay there. I was completely mute as that happened, but that was, again, beautiful football being played this season. Matthias into Mara Jr. Holds off Jiao. Flights one in looking for Asano. It's a lovely ball and a lovely finish from the Japanese winger. It's Mara Jr. who just flighted one into space there. But he picked him out really well. Lovely close control. Very close to being offside there. But when one-on-one, he finished well on his weaker foot. And we're back in this one. Quidzy, nice little layoff into Matthias. There's some real quality there. Oh, Marilison does well. Out to Abner now, bombing on. Back for Marilison with the right foot. Gets a deflection. Very slowly but surely made our way towards the goal there. Nearly pulled it off. Oh, how's he got away from the clutches of Fernando there? But Matthias does really well. Oh, nice. No, had to get that away. Oh, somehow he's got through there. And now he put a ball into space for Asano. It's the wrong ball. Oh, didn't mean to do that. No, 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 no. On the stroke of half-time. That was meant to block a pass, but instead it is very late. Look, he wasn't even looking at him, ref. No malice in that at all. Don't be a red card. Don't be a red card. It's just a yellow card. We've had bookings so far for Ibanez and Abner. But once it's Ponte Preta playing the physical game. Not a good clearance there from Matthias. The shot comes in. And Fernando clear here. No, he can't. Arthur Gomez, tight angle. Nearly finishes the half strongly there for Santos. That's been a tight one here at the Majestoso. The home crowd unsure as to what to think about this. Santos have had possession. They got the early goal. They subdued us for much of the half. The ball into Takuma Asano from Mara Jr. Bit of a fortunate one really, but he took his chance well. We've played some good football in patches. Just need to improve in this second half. I think we can still win this. Uribe into Eduardo Sasha. Uribe's looked really good so far. Ibanez, lovely work from him. Really strong. And now Mara Jr. finds Abner. Pushes it inside to Matthias. Great opportunity here for Ponte Preta, and Matthias picks out Maro Jr. in absolutely acres of space. He's allowed through on goal here, and that is awful. We'll call it a pass. We'll call it a pass. Zico not pleased with that at all. Best chance of the half so far. It's Matthias spotting a good ball out to Maro Jr. So much time and space for him. Almost too much time and space. Did have Ziggy to look for. Went alone, and that was almost out for a throw. Thiago Real now into Maro Jr. Oh, somehow gets past his man there once. Oh, but not twice. Oh, big chance there, but Ibanez cuts that out so well. Normally it's his head that he's good with, but he cuts that one out with the foot. Oh, it's somehow got its way out to Asano here. Surely fouled. Right, we'll take our time here. Hour on the clock. Matthias is technically our best free kick taker, but this is certainly a position for a right footer. We'll go Jimmy Quids. He has netted from set pieces already this season. That one's over the wall and saved well. Too close to the keeper in the end. But he made him work for it. Quidsy into Maro Jr. Oh, rides the challenge there. Wins us another free kick. Maro Jr. good footwork. Just gets the ball away from his man. Wins us a dangerous free kick here. Let Matthias have a whack at this one. It's probably too far out. Worth a crack though, I reckon. Matthias with some whaz and some whaz. Matthias with some swaz there. Good save again from the keeper. Testing him. Thiago Real. Can't quite find the ball into Maro Jr., but Pedro Castro does. Big challenge there. Oh, there's a big chance here. We fucked this up. Bruno Avini goes with the man, leaves Uribe. That's a pen. That's a pen and a red card. We were never getting to that. Never in a million years. Oh, Bruno. Well, I think the fact that it was at least something approaching a challenge that was going to get the ball might have saved him the red card here. It's not a million miles off, but we were never getting to it. We should have allowed Ivan, but we pulled apart on the counter-attack again. And now Sanchez to take an undeserved lead here. Bollocks! 72 minutes gone, and we're caught on the counter. Uribe surely about to finish there. Ivan sent the wrong way. Looks like maybe not even a card for Bruno Avini. Anyway. Avini wins it back. This really is last chance saloon here as the captain brings it over the halfway line. Marison now into Asano. Oh, can't get the pass away. Asano could nick it back here, but Gustavo does really well. And that will be all here at the Majestoso. Can't believe it. Oh, Mabele to get us back. Oh, no. Final kick of the game. First kick of the game for Ndombe Mabele, and he couldn't finish it off. But we've got to be gutted with that. Bruno Avini, you fucking donkey, giving away the pen. I mean, he didn't have much choice, really. Caught on the break twice. Gutted, gutted. We had more chances. Worked the keeper from a couple of good free kicks, but in the end it wasn't enough. And we lose here at the Majestoso. That's pretty rare. Not bad performances, really, from anyone. And interestingly, Maro Jr. was nullified in that one, and he got a bit of a kicking as well. Bit of a kicking. That's fine, that's fine. We're going to lose games. We're going to lose games. Just hopefully we don't lose too many. We're still one place ahead of the side we're about to come up against. our sort of new rivals after knocking us out of the cup, Palmeiras. Got a nice long break just to take a long hard look at ourselves, try and work out what went wrong in that one. So a quick look at the messages, and Takuma Asano is now a star player. Well, good. And we've also been offered the job at Palmeiras just before the game. That's mind games. That's mind games. Lay off that sort of bullshit. But before we get into the Palmeiras game, we're going to learn a little bit about Luis Fernando, the Destroyer, who for me is probably the one signing who's performed the worst so far. I'm unsure about his future in this role, but it's what we've got for the minute. We don't really have any other orthodox defensive midfielders to play there, and we do need his ball winning. He's okay. Anyway, his full name, Luis Fernando Ferreira Maximiano, yeah. He's 24 years old, born not too far away in Rio de Janeiro. So we signed him in this from Portuguese club Deportivo Aves. He's played 10 games for them so far. He only signed in 2019 though. He started his career in Brazil, obviously, at Fluminense. He was there until 2015, where he moved into the senior side. He played 15 games. He then went on a few loans, a couple in 2016, 2018. He even went to Minnesota United on loan in the MLS. But in total, in his career, he's played 70 games since 2015. 70 games. So I don't know what he's been doing with his career, but playing full games in leagues, certainly not high on his list of priorities. That seems like a crazy low amount of games, doesn't it? Anyway, it might not be much longer for him in this side getting regular game time, but we'll see about that. Anyway, let's get in to the next game. And it is an away game, but we do not have far to go. Just 54 miles south to Sao Paulo. Can probably do it in under an hour, depending on the traffic. No, probably a bit more than that. I imagine the traffic is pretty brutal in Sao Paulo. I'm just guessing. So in the last game, we're up against Santos, who have the record of the second highest amount of titles won. And now we're going up against the number one, the numero uno when it comes to titles won. 10 on record. Yes, 4 of them were in the 60s, and I don't care, they don't count, whatever. But in their 105-year history, the Big Green, as they're known, Palmeiras, have been pretty successful. I don't think there's any doubt about that. They're the richest club in Brazil, and they won the Serie A title as recently as November 2018, which was their 10th. And in that season, they went undefeated for a record 23 games in a row. But again, it shows how much I know about Brazilian football, where if you put a gun to my head before this series, asked me who the most successful team is, would not have said Palmeiras, not even close. And as I said, they finished first in 2018, but in 2019, in this reality, they only managed 9th. Let's see what their team looks like. I mean, unsurprisingly, it's full of 70s. This is now looking like a really strong team, a team that would probably do pretty well in the Premier League, actually. As a sort of newly promoted side, you can expect that sort of spread of stats. 79 rated Dudu looks to be there. We're yet to play against an 80 rated player, I think, but they do have one on the bench in Gomez. How are we going to line up today? I really need to change this. Shouldn't have to change this every time. We want to go full strength here. We need that 90 team spirit. Matthias was okay in the midfield, but didn't really pull up any trees for me. I think Pedro Castro, Alan Souza dropping to the bench, Luis Ricardo. We do need that right back up. Ivan on a downward arrow, not ideal, but Maro Jr. on a green. Let's see what he can get done today. Against 2 defensive midfielders, though, could be tricky. So here we are back at Allianz Park. We know it well. We've got bad memories, to be fair. Bad memories of the Copa Brazil. We weren't able to match them over 2 legs. But today, we can get some revenge. And Zico, I think the last match is good. It will mean that we're not going to be complacent anymore. If we kept winning, coming to big games like this, we'd perhaps be so complacent we'd get beaten badly. Caught on the break in the last game. Let's hope that doesn't happen today. Let's see how we get on. Fernando. Oh, lovely ball back into Igor. Back in the side today. Oh, lovely footwork from the midfielder as well. Looks to push it round the corner for Abner. That's a good ball. Can he get it into the box? Asano's lurking. Back to Igor. Looks to curl one. Curls it wide. I mean, we didn't have to drop Igor in the last game. He's the sort of player that you just think, we're not going to miss him. And then you just do miss him. And he started this game really well. Out of the feet there. He's not a goal scorer, but he got a bit of whip on that. First corner of the game. Thiago Real is going to look for Ibanez at the near post. Looks to get the flick on. Doesn't get a good connection with it. Igor edge of the box will hit one again. Falls right back out to the midfielder. Now Thiago Real. Oh, sees Marison making a great run. Oh, just can't quite get to it. Shit. Nice idea, though. Nice idea. We're going to need to take our chances if they do appear, though. Ibanez strong. Oh, Marison can get to this. Oh, lovely footwork to play into Takuma Asano. Can he finish here? Oh, the dummy. Oh, Victor Hugo just does enough. Really unlucky there, Asano. Ibanez, clever ball, looking for Maro Jr. Finds him in loads of space. Ah, miscommunication there with Takuma Asano, but he gets the shot off anyway and barrels it past the keeper. And we're ahead here at the Allianz Park. Oh, Takuma Asano. That's 2-2 for him. And we needed that. We really needed that. We've been probing. We've probably been the better side, but we know if we don't take our chances, we'll be in trouble. It was a great ball from Ibanez to pick out Maro Jr. He ran into a bit of a cul-de-sac, and that wasn't the ball I'm sure Takuma Asano wanted. Just had enough space for him to get the shot off. Asano actually going the wrong way. It's that defender going to ground there that allowed Asano the space. And he hit that very, very well. It's a shock start here from Ponte Preta. We would love to get the win, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Clever ball into Asano. Oh, it's flicked to Arnaldo. Doesn't get there, but Arnaldo does get to it eventually. Marilison's header. He saw that late. Arnaldo did really well to get the ball in. We've got one more chance to get what would be an incredibly valuable second for the end of the half. Good ball back to Igor. Thiago Real looking for Maro Jr. Lovely ball. Oh, it was too obvious. Far too obvious there. A really big opportunity missed there at the end for Maro Jr. to pick out someone in the box. But look at this. We've come to their home. A short trip down to Sao Paulo. And we have dominated. Only one shot for the home side in Ponte Preta. I mean, once again, I'm glad we got the goal. We really needed to get a goal to make this huge amount of possession count. But 2 would have been nice. And possible as well. Because Palmeiras are certainly not going to come out in the second half and play that badly again. Fernando into Maro Jr. Ball out to Abner. Back to Maro Jr. Oh, lovely first touch there. Finds Abner. Considered the ball in first time. Marilison on the turn. Oh, that's unlucky. That's really unlucky for Palmeiras. But very lucky for us. And it was just patient, simple build-up there from Ponte Preta. Moving it around. And there is Zico. Very, very pleased with that one. There was absolutely nothing flashy about that. Abner was allowed in far too easily. Marilison on the turn. It's a really cruel deflection there. Looping over the keeper. We've got the second goal we said we needed. Abner with the assist here. Marilison, good hold-up play. Oh, that's cruel. That is cruel. We'll take it. Oh, Abner. He'd been fooled there. And now Gustavo Scarpa. Dangerous position here. Deverson's header is, I think, deflected out by Bruno Ravini. Got to be wary, though. Corner here. Gustavo Scarpa puts it in. Oh, and they have found a goal back. No! You're never in more danger than after scoring a goal, and we proved it there. We switched off. Ivan not happy at all. It's Igor, who we've said has been playing so well, beaten in the air there by the number 11. Oh, with the home fans behind them, this now is dicey. They've got plenty of time to get the equaliser and more. Look back for Arnaldo. Time and space for the right back here to pick up a good ball in. Marison's there. He's offside. He's offside. He's well offside, I think, in the end. Hits the bar as well. Look at how many Palmeiras players in the box there. Oh, it's fallen kindly to Guedes there. Oh, Abner had to sort that out. Had to sort that out. Scarpa, strong from him. It's got away from Abner now. Luis Fernando looks to close him down. Enrique with loads of space. Ivan with the huge save. 70 minutes in, and look what it means to him. He's been on poor form today. The first goal got past him way too easily. And the same can be said there for Abner, whose attacker got past him way too easily. It's a great reaction save, though, from Ivan the Terrific. We're hanging on a little here. This is not ideal. Right, slight change of formation here. Matthias comes on. Thiago Real, Diego Renan's getting a run out, and Balboa on up top to add some height in both attack and defence. The big centre forward, we've not seen anything from him yet. Now be an incredible time to get his first goal, to kill this one off. We are going for it here. We're certainly not going to sit back because you know they're going to score. Oh, shit. And hopefully, I was hoping not that quickly. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I mean, I think the substitutions could have affected that. Ball is in. Bruno Vini. He's rolled by his man. It's a good finish. Ivan beaten. Well, we've got to try and win this now. There's no point in hanging on for the draw. Oh, Guedes. Just really does feel inevitable now. Scarpa, the home side, looking so dangerous. Bruno Vini, good header away. Matthias now finds Marillison. Oh, it's lovely turn Lovely turn there from Marillison. He slips in Luis Fernando. Unlikely position for him. Can he cut it back to Balboa? Oh, Balboa. So nearly in there. 88 minutes on the clock as well. That would have been a dramatic end to this one. We have one more chance to put a ball into the box. Matthias will hold it up here. Renan on the overlap. Digger Renan, lovely ball in. Asano's there. It's out to Igor. Finds Matthias with the effort. Lashes one in there. Looks like it is going to be a draw here. Asano holding it up. We've got to go somewhere with this. Takuma. Oh, it's going to be full time here. Igor across. No! Rushed into that there. Bollocks! We had a great chance for avenging our Copa Brazil anguish, but we just threw it away. To be fair, we knew Palmeiras were going to be a big test, and we've got to be happy with the performance, really. We dominated, we just weren't able to finish it off. Ah, disappointing episode all round, but I guess this is Serie A, isn't it? This is the top flight. We weren't going to have easy games. No game's going to be easy. Certainly not against Palmeiras. I think we made a really good account of ourselves. Grêmio continue to win. They've only conceded 1 all season. We've conceded 7, which is quite a few. But we now sit in 6th. And yeah, okay, not bad. 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses to start the season. It could be worse. And next episode, things do not get any easier as we're up against Internacional. But a mixed episode today. Hopefully we can come back strong in the next one. I'll see you in a bit.